Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome one and all to the Jam Session Goes Underground. Now, normally, this show is hosted by DJ Jazzy J, also known as our wonderful and beloved Jaime Bennett, but she is not here on this particular occasion. She is in Savannah. She is in Savannah, Georgia, living it up, having a great time there on the beach, and shooting some stuff for upcoming shows, I might add. And you'll be seeing that over the coming weeks. So Jamie is off in Savannah having a lovely time. So she has called on me, Jon Phipps, this week to host the show. And I hope I can do a great job for Jamie. And I hope y'all are happy with me hosting this in her place for this time. Now, the guest on the show this week, when I say that this gentleman is the ambassador of goodwill, I mean it. This man embraces all things good. He is a wildly talented musician, artist, poet, carpenter, you name it, he does it. And this man, like I say, he embraces all things good, all things right in the world, and his impact is going to be felt for decades, if not generations to come. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome someone I'm very happy to share a home state with. C.J. Peters, ladies and gentlemen, is here.
Woo! What's going on, my brothers? How's everybody doing, man?
Howdy,
You're
sir.
having a wonderful life, man.
I am, man. I am.
Let's make some peach, please.
Yeah, it was a bit of a rough go of it this week, but I am overcoming.
Sorry,
I'm feeling great. I'm getting to talk with you, man. That by itself is the ultimate depression buster.
You want to see something?
Hey, go for it, man.
How you been, man?
There you are.
Hey, how'd you get a guitar in there? Whoa, wait a minute. Oh my God, did you get a guitar in here? How did you do that, man? You're like, look. Oh, look, there's a guitar behind me too. Wow, am I like in Hollywood right now? Where am I? Oh my God.
I would call that heaven. That ain't Hollywood. That's heaven.
Oh, I mean, if God. All right, let me ask you this. You're a guitar player. Okay. I want to ask you a question.
Go for it.
If you had a hammock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? In your studio, what would you want in the hammock?
Obviously another guitar, and I assume you have that.
You see that?
Yeah. He's got a see this. This is the thing.
Oh.
We'll get to the interview and the music in a little bit.
Hey,
I just want to say I want to be CJ when I grow up, because look at his let me put CJ on solo layout here. Just look at his studio.
God, man.
Hey, what's in the studio?
It's so fun up here. So this is the main mural here, man. Okay, behind me. That's the first one. I painted that one. That's the big guitar, man. It's like, I don't know, 12 feet high. It goes up the ad. And then this one's by Caleb Hill. Mm-hmm. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, my Lord. Yeah. And he's so talented. Such a wonderful friend of mine, man. And he did this. And wow, man. Mm-hmm. And I got a light on it that changes its colors. And I just, I have fun up here. There's a full set. There's a lot of mirrors. There's a lot of guitars. I mean, like this one here was done by Morgan Demers. She's a most amazing, wonderful human. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and we're all friends and we all do things. And this is an old Butterbean from the 30s I fixed. It was all cracked up. And then I put this wonderful paint job on it. I just love, man. And there's some sketches people made of me right here and some notes and some Yay Love stuff. And people write stuff on the walls like Mo Loves You, see? And then a big flower, too. It's just a beautiful place, dude.
It is. I wish a space like that is something I wish every one of us creatives had.
Right.
Like if it were possible, I would want to clone that attic and just give it to every creative that's in our world right now.
Well, I
Because
love it when they
everyone,
come to visit. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful artistic space, man.
yes, it is.
So now
Yes, it
you're in
is.
Europe,
So
dude. Damn, man.
I guess where I could possibly seed the conversation first is about that space. How long did it take? There we are. I'm seeing multiples of you there. I guess the first question we could ask here is how long did it take you to get all of that situated? When did you first start on it?
Well, I bought the house in 7. You
Okay.
know, it's a 1891 Queen Anne Victorian painted lady that was restored to perfection exactly as it was in 1891 by the History Channel.
Wow.
They put all new systems in it, and I turned the attic into this.
Wow.
Isn't it
So
great?
15 years worth of a journey to get it to that point. That is outstanding.
Did you know about the spiral staircase?
I did not know about the spiral staircase.
There's a spiral staircase behind a hidden bookcase.
Your house, I tell you, that house, see, there it is. That house is like, I don't even know whose novel that thing could have come out of, but it's like,
It came out of CJ's novel, man.
there you
You're
go.
living it, bro. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful day to be alive.
it is.
See
It
that?
is.
Look at that. See?
Everyone in the comments is like, everyone in the comments is just fawning over that attic up there.
It's
Someone is,
wonderful, man. It's a
it is.
it's meant to influence our friends and us. You know, as soon as you step
Mm,
onto the property, there, a magical sense of wonderfulness and creative personality and beauty in the whole world of all of your art should just start to be
yeah.
expressed. It's a beautiful experience. You walk up to the house. It's a beautiful Victorian. That's 7 colors, 8 colors now, and it's just absolutely gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
And then you put a spiral staircase in it with behind a hidden bookcase, and
Mhm.
then you come up here, and this is what you see when you walk in, and it has every accoutrement needed for a musician
Yeah.
or someone who wants to do videos. I mean,
Man.
and that's me.
Yeah.
So here's
Yeah.
Beowulf. Have you ever seen Beowulf? I built
Yeah.
Beowulf when I was 16. Beowulf is just incredible, man. It's got a
Man.
scout. He's got a scallop neck too.
Mhm.
And that's all hand inlaid. And I built that by hand.
Wow.
And then this one, I told you about. Did I tell you about Starry Starry Guitari?
Yes. Yes.
Isn't it
You did.
wonderful?
Beautiful.
Karen Fraser did
Absolutely
the
beautiful.
artwork for me. It was just an old thing, isn't that? Look at that.
Yeah.
It's got jewels all over it and shit, and it plays good, man.
Oh yeah.
And then
I've
here's
seen you play.
Rosalie.
Oh yeah.
People request Rosalie. Where's Rosalie? How's Rosalie? Where's your guitar, Rosalie? You
Mm.
know. And then this one's curly. This
Yeah.
one's got a hot rod pickup on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. And there's a bass. My brother got me. There's a 12 string. Like
Mm-hmm.
me and Caleb did. And if you look up here, you can see the same art right there. It's bad as
Uh-huh.
shit, man. He's just such a deep
Yeah.
dude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the first guitar I did with my
Ooh.
sister. She is an
Wow.
incredible artist. She did all the artwork. I put it together. And it is just an absolutely wonderful creation. It's just
Yes.
absolutely gorgeous. It was well done. It was a yard sale find. It was
Mm-hmm.
rotted halfway for
Wow.
$45. Yeah, man. I totally repaired it and did this to it to give it a new love,
Hey.
and man, it's a beautiful guitar, dude.
Oh, it is. Just
Lord.
an absolute masterpiece. So let me ask about that guitar art, about the guitar art that you're so famous for.
Mhm.
When did you first get the idea to do that?
When I got that guitar, I was, like I said, I was 14 or 15 and I wanted to work on a guitar. And
Mm-hmm.
I got this at that yard sale for $45, right?
Hmm.
And man, I was like, that's a cool way to start. So I just did this and I said, took it to my sister. I said, what do you want to do? You know what I mean? And just coordinated it and then made it happen. We had to clear coat it like 17 times to get all the pigments to go through. She had to paint it like 6 times, I believe.
Man.
6 times. It was crazy. Yeah, man.
That's dedication right there.
Yeah, to get that color to pop that way, we had to do like several coats. I mean, it's a very deep. We basically take a powder-based paint, really a pigment, and then we saturate it with acrylic.
Yeah.
Slowly, you know what I mean? And it just takes like 17 coats to really make it pop, you know? I think it was 6. I think altogether it was 6, something like that. You know what I mean?
Absolute. A lot of work goes into those, but it's well worth it. Man, oh man. So let's start. Well, we've already started with the questions, but let's go to the very beginning. Where in this wide world of ours were you born?
I was born in Riverside, California.
Riverside.
Yes, that's right.
California. That's right. Now, I knew from past interviews that I've done with you and Renee and I have done, we knew that you came to Virginia at an early age. When was this?
About 3 or 4, right in there. You know what I mean?
And you wound up in Stanton, Virginia?
Yeah, it's a real historic little town. Very sweet, nice place. You know what I mean?
So is that where your love of music first was seeded and took root?
I mean, I think it was probably like one of the first times I saw or listened to, Sgt. Pepper's.
I'll do it.
You know, probably, those religious experiences I had with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'd play for 12 and 13 hours at a time. And I would be on the bench sleeping and hitting the pedals for her and just having a ball. You know what I mean? I mean, music's always been way deep. The vibrations go straight to me. I can't even like control what the bones shake anymore. It's like after a while, you tune in your bones to the music and the sound and the feel of that acoustic.
Yeah.
And there's this zzz that happens between your body and the guitar, and it's just a beautiful experience. The whole thing. I love music.
Me too.
The whole experience.
Me too. I'm so glad that that music has drew us all together like this. That's been one of the silver linings of the pandemic. We've all we've found each other in these trying times. Someone in the comments is asking if there's something that they need to do for their name to be seen in the comments. There is a box in the description of this video. There's a link.
I'd like to talk to him. I'd like to talk to him. How much time do we have? Can I look it up?
We've got a full hour.
I can see him. MM, what's up, Rory? Hey, man, Clayton's here. Clayton's a cool dude. Thank you for all your help. Oh, I haven't even started reading. Oh my God, I need to pay attention. If you got something to say and questions, please let me know.
Yes, if anyone.
Oh, I'm not just the man. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Look at all these people talking. I'm sorry.
So if any of you have comments out there in the peanut gallery, please ask them in the comments and I'll punch them up on screen. And anything you want to know about CJ or his art or his music, he will. Yes, MM Farwell, we can see you. We can see your name in the comments.
How about now? Yes, we got you.
I got you now. Hello, MM.
I had to pull you up on a second page, man. I'm only human.
Yeah. CJ, the thing about CJ, as you can see, he's got so many different elements to his streams. Like if you watch one of CJ's concerts, you'll just see like what he's doing right now. You'll see like 7 of them at one time, and 3 of them will be upside down. One will be cocked to the side. And but it all comes out great. It all comes out great.
It's just a work of art, man. I'm just like, I'm arting like a mofo, and this is just so fun. And I don't care if there's imperfection somewhere anymore. I'm like, just make this do. Just do this. This is fun, man. Whatever the fuck it is, man. Even if you don't, if most people don't dig it, it's just so effing fun, man.
Oh yeah.
To manipulate my world like this, and, and it adds so much to the songs. To me, it keeps me interested anyway. It's hard to keep me interested though. But it's art. It's digital art. It's like the beginning of this whole new media, isn't it, guys? You know what I mean? I think it's beautiful, man. I like being a part of it with you, bro.
Yeah, MM just said it in the comments. It's a perfect summation of your existence. She says he doesn't just create art, he is art. And that is the gospel truth.
That's a hell of a compliment, man.
That's the gospel truth, too.
Man, I tell you, that's a big, big compliment. I really appreciate that. That's really heartfelt there, man. I appreciate that.
Coming from someone like MM, who is in her own right a masterful writer, editor, someday author, I hope. She's just, it's intoxicating to be surrounded by so many wonderful people like this.
Very interesting how we can all bond.
Yeah.
It's like how we can all bond with our with our memories of how we've come together through a digital age. Yeah. Like we could never be connected by 40 miles or 2. You know, man, miles really limit the creative space, and the opportunity to close all those miles and then work together on something like Cosmos Creative TV has been a real blessing for me. I really appreciate the time here, man.
Yeah, it's been
amazing and wonderful. Renee's wonderful. I wish she was here all the time. Everybody does though. The poor thing. Everybody wants her around, It's great.
It's like I say, it's a true blessing to be able to be in this space and just being able to channel the gift of gab in the correct way. I'm getting to better know those that have blown my mind for the last 2 years. And it's just a great time to be alive, man. It's just a beautiful time to be alive.
It's like live musical video games or some shit or something.
Yeah, that's precisely it, man. That's precisely it. Tell me about some of your artistic influences. I know we've touched on musical influences in past interviews, but we've never really got to the heart of your artistic influences. Who inspires you in that field?
Mostly Peter Max. That kind of stuff. And my sister. And not just my sister, but all the artists that I get to know, like Karen Frazier. You understand? And then over here, I got Marietta Foster Smith.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I've got, every minute of every day, I get an opportunity to absorb art. You're even in that list, John. You influence every day of my life and make it a little bit better. And I appreciate that, bro.
Thank you, sir.
You know what I mean?
That's a huge compliment right there. Yeah, just because I've struggled so much with the idea that it flips me out when people say, oh, you influenced a song. Oh, you influenced a poem that I did. Oh, you influenced, a short story that I'm writing, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm just like, damn. I really do have that influence on folks. It's a weird thing. I love it, but it's just a sort of a oddball thing to wrap your mind around. And I know some folks out there in the crowd are anxious. I won't say curious. They're anxious to know if you will play us a song. So if you have a song on your heart, the floor shall be yours.
Let's see here. Let's see if this thing's in tune then.
All right.
So this is Rosalie I'm playing here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, and I'll do the scene switcher. I'll turn it on the abstraction thing.
All right.
The little arts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, each little page is a canvas. You know, each moment in our life is a canvas that we can put our art upon. And that's kind of what I feel like I'm doing with my music. I'm taking some art and I'm putting it upon a new media.
Yep.
I'm joining us all together, right? Once there were a people who did not own anything. The land, the trees, the hazy valleys, they had everything. 'Cause they did, yes they did, oh yes they did. They did live one with the land. And we can, yes we can, oh yes we can. We can live one with the land. We can live one with the land. We can live one with the land. Then an eastern man said he owned every little thing. The land, the trees, the people, to the premise is quite insane. 'Cause we can, yes we can, oh yes we can. We can live one with the land. Said we can, yes we can, yes we can. We can live one with the land. We can live one with the land. We can live one with the land. We are the land. Now we are a people who are spoiled with everything. Paper is the proof of riches. The premise is quite insane. 'Cause we can, yes we can, oh yes we can. We can live one with the land. Yes we can, yes we can, oh yes we can. We can live one with the land. We can live one with the land. We can live one with the land. Now we are a people who do realize one more thing. We own it all together in a worldwide family. 'Cause we can, yes we can, oh yes we can. We can live one with the land. Yes we can, yes we can, oh yes we can. We can live one with the land. We can live one with the land. We can live one with the land. Duh.
Man, it's I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
Tell me, man.
I'm
Tell me.
speechless.
I mean, I really
That
admire
was
you, man. Tell me goods and bads and all in between.
Oh, dude, I want to
Tell
ask
me,
you. I want to ask
reflect.
you the origins of that song. I want to ask you the origins of that song. Where'd it come from? Who or what it's about? Go.
Well, I was on a balcony one day and I was just jamming with this Rosalie here, and man, I just thought of this ping pong, right? This ping pong ball, okay?
Yeah.
And it's going between three different things. All right, G, B, C, and D.
Wow.
Right. And I just started thinking about how you could go wiggle, wiggle left, wiggle, wiggle right, wiggle, wiggle left, wiggle, wiggle left. And I thought about the math of it. See what I mean? I totally see symmetry in that. It's very easy to remember, and it's a very neat little thing. And I just started thinking about it. I was like, well, how would you do it? That's how I teach myself. I'm self-taught mostly. You know, I've had some really good teachers too. Don't get me wrong. David Myers and Jason Hagen, you know, and Alex, and a lot of people. Every time I see a show, someone's a teacher too, though. I'm getting off topic.
That's all right. That's all right.
Oh, I can stop the scene switcher too, if that helps.
No, scene switcher. That is. Oh my gosh.
Happening?
It's perfect. I love the scene switching thing. It's
groovy?
absolutely perfect. Yeah, it's just
that way you ain't gotta look at me all the time.
So, tell us about when you first really sunk your teeth into music. How old were you when you said to yourself, "Okay, I could really go places with this"?
Seven, yeah. I mean, it was always part of my soul. So please understand, that's number one.
Yep.
My soul screams and cries and relates to every piece of music it hears. And like, if you could see auras, you could see my colors change completely, like drastically with things. And I'm lucky. I'm fortunate that I can jump up and down in those emotions so freely and have that power I feel, you know, man. I just it's incredible. It's a huge high. And I learned it from Mother, of course, you know, being the instrumentalist and the musician she was, and the singer, I'm sorry, that she was. Man, I tell you, it's been a beautiful life full of music, and I'm just blessed to try to share it. And then this art, like she said, you know, M's right, man. I mean, it just comes out of me, man. You can't even stop it. It seems like it's fun.
Yeah. So in terms of, okay, so we got to where you were living in Stanton, Virginia, and I know there was a stint in Atlanta, Georgia for a time. What drew you to Atlanta?
You know, the prospect of like a more a city that was more focused on art than petty bickerness and, you know, racism and homophobia and all these other things that are unfortunately are a part of our lives.
Yeah.
And where I grew up, that was just so bad. And I just was, you know, it's like you really had to deal with someone being obstinate to someone else in front of you every day.
Yeah.
And I don't dig that at all. They're human beings. I'm a human being. We're all human beings. There's no thing here where we don't have to keep clarifying that, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it was nice to just get away from somewhere that wasn't thinking about itself so much and went to a community that thought about art and happiness and this free living and loving between people, no matter what, kind of like as the minimum for living. And that's what I learned in Atlanta. I really feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a beautiful experience.
Yeah. That's everywhere. It's, I don't know what it is about North Georgia, but there's just so many places that are like that. You know, Atlanta and Athens, of course. You've got places like Helen, Gainesville, Rome, Georgia, all of them. It's just, you can't explain it. You can't explain it, but it's just.
I think all Americans are talented, like to a degree, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like all of us, I mean, look how it's just that we're dispersed, and we're kind of dispersed in an even kind of fashion. I see genius, you know, every time I listen to Jules, man. I mean, Jules is always on
this New York
way fucking trip. I love it. And Renee and you know, I love how deep you go with your poetry. I don't have
Thank you.
near, man. I swear, man. I wish I would just sit down and read your poetry for 3 days or something. I bet it's awesome, man. I mean, I read
Man,
so little of it. I just don't have time. It's so, it's hard to appreciate every single artist you have.
yeah, that's
You know what I
true.
mean?
That is very true. But man, I read poetry, and there's a poet in the comments that I admire, I'll read her stuff, or I'll read something that Michael K writes, or I'll read something that Tom Cheshire wrote, and I'm just like, oh my God, how do I get to this point? I need to anytime I read the poetry of my friends, it inspires me to be that much better. And it's a great thing. It's a great
It's a hell of a gift, man. We're very lucky to be able to communicate this way and find so many deep people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, it
Great.
is. It's been a thrill to finally find my people after a quarter century of searching. It really is a blessing, really and truly. So, again, if anyone in the comments, if anyone watching has a comment or a question for CJ, please leave them in the comments section. We'll put them up on the screen as we go along here. CJ, let's talk a little bit about instruments, and in particular, the one that got away. Is there a guitar or other instrument that you've had that you've let go of that you've regretted doing so?
Oh, all of them, man. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, really? I mean, like, they're so special in their only different ways. Mostly probably that white Fender Strat. I had a white Fender Strat. And it was just a Korean made wonderful guitar, man. And it just played so good. It just felt like a 60s Strat. I thought they nailed it.
Wow.
Man, I thought it was really good. And, and I've always, other guitars, no, I've been very fortunate, man. I get to keep a lot of guitars. I don't have a lot of precious guitars.
Okay.
I mean, except, it's for what I self value it to some things at, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
maybe
you saw earlier that CJ had the guitars painted and all. He rescues a lot of those guitars from being junked.
Recycle guitars, man.
He does. And CJ is holding up Azalea, his most recent CD. Tell us a little bit about this project that you're embarking on. I know this is a multi-album project with theming on various flowers.
So this one's Clementine. This is my second one.
Yeah.
Azalea was my first. Mm-hmm. It's got me flying up here in the attic. It's got 14 songs on it, man. It's got Artisan. It's got all the good ones so far. I mean, they're all great. I mean, this thing, Clementine's been so fun, and I'm starting on Gardenia, and I started with Azalea. So I call this one the flower grouping, I guess. You know what I mean? The bouquet, that's what it is. The bouquet. I have this theory about putting different various collections of works in different bouquets. And I decided I would make a flower bouquet, and then I'll think about what the other bouquet of records is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's springs. Maybe it's, a plant. Maybe it's, I don't know, man. Maybe I get out of that garden thing, and start naming the guitars. Just have a little mini album for every guitar.
Oh, that's actually a great idea.
Fill the bouquet. You see what I mean? You fill the bouquet. You know what I'm saying? With all these different things, and then some poems and then some stories, I mean, my work is so broad and I really want to express all of it, and it's so fun. I've got most of my writings right now are all assembled. I got them all on my drives and stuff. It's the first time I've had them that together. And it's such a big body of work, man. Yeah. I dig it so much. It's so fun, dude. You must love writing too. I mean, I
do.
And I love to go back and read and see how I've grown, and then I can improve them, and sometimes I just leave them alone. I even leave them a little mystified that only a 14-year-old or a 16-year-old would understand,
Let me ask you this regarding writing poetry and stuff. Are you one of these people? Are you one of these poets or writers where you write better in silence, or do you have to have music going when you're writing?
You can't stop me, man. I mean, if that's what you're saying, no, there's no
No, no, no,
stopping.
no. I
There's
wasn't
no like,
saying that.
no,
I
I'm
wasn't saying.
saying like I'll do anything. I would write in the middle of a fucking Slayer concert. Are you kidding me? I mean, asleep. I write asleep. I wake up with it. It's part of my routine. It's kind of like what Em said. It's like it's all input output, and part of that output and input is always lots of art. I mean, I just
Oh
see
yeah.
things that way. It's actually really
I
quite fascinating how she picked those words.
Yeah, I
You know,
find that I can,
pretty cool.
like, I find that when I write poetry now, I'm
Yeah.
always picking up I'm always picking up on little things that I've noticed in the last few days. Like if I'm on a walk, let's say, and I see the way a bird glides down on the river, I'll make a note of that. And I'll keep it, and then I'll just put it in a poem and stuff like that. I've wrote stuff like stuff I've seen on car trips, on train trips, just this, that, and the other. I'm always taking notes on just the little things, and they always come back. I don't know why they always come back, but they always do.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of different ways of writing. I'll tell you my very favorite, funnest, if I had to recommend something to a musician, I'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you the funnest way of writing is doing it live. I know that sounds nuts. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
get your rough live. You'll find out you're under. I do anyway. I find out I'm on a different pressure live. Like if I'm
Yeah.
sitting at home and I'm writing, well, I have time. I'm cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm writing it and I'm really thinking about it. And I'm really concentrating. I'm really making it tight. I'm really getting my point across and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then sometimes, man, if you just let it go, man, you flow that stuff. That's when
Yes.
you know you're really in it. And man, that's
Yes.
how I wrote Ballad of Mo. I wrote Ballad of Mo in a channel. I was so happy that my friend had had a baby after all the shit he'd been through, after the
Yeah.
way life treats us sometimes, man. And then to see this blessing of a brand new life when so many were going was
Yeah.
one of the most remarkable things in the whole world. And I couldn't hug her, and I felt bad about that, but I
Mhm.
understood, it was COVID, man. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
man, it didn't make a great song, and gave all my emotions right out, and it was free. And I went back and I listened to the recording and I edited it. And then I got the chords off of an SSA prompt, and man, it just turned into a gorgeous song.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
I've what I like to do sometimes in that regard is I like to do I do poetry readings a lot, but sometimes I do poetry writings. I'll do a live stream like this, and
I see.
I'll just spend an hour and a half just
Really?
writing on a piece, refining a poem. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Right.
It's
Yeah.
and it's
Wait.
interesting to
Oh
see
man.
it's interesting to see people's comments on that, like, oh, you should add this, oh, you should put this about this in there, and it really does come out great. It
Yeah,
comes out
man.
amazing.
It's fun. Yeah. Either way, man. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, but what I look for as the musician and the artist is I look for the free flow part
Yes.
to where I am one with the art. There's no other bullshit in between, whether or not you wrote this or wrote that or did this or did that. And I do a lot of writing, and I'd like a lot of things that set writings, but it's okay for me to fly around music. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what I do. It's so fun, dude.
Yeah. You're mentioning Ballad of Mo
Oh God, what a
for
song!
for the edification of the peanut gallery. You mind playing us the Ballad of Mo?
Would you like to hear the Ballad of Mo?
Yeah.
Okay. I like to have a pick on this one. So, welcome to the Attic Studio. Her name is Amanda. It's Amanda's Attic. She is welcoming you here too. You got to understand. Sometimes life forces are bigger than us, and sometimes we don't know everything. Sometimes maybe we shouldn't. Let me turn on that scene switcher too, if you don't mind. Jules, by the way, killed it, and man, say something for this other guy. This I know somebody's got cancer, and I didn't catch it yet. And man, I'll tell you, man, I'm sending over some Buckies. We love you, and from Robbie and I think you're awesome, man. Life is so wonderful when you meet a new baby. It's so small, not so big, I don't mean maybe. Might keep you up all night, make you kinda mad. But they make 'em so cute, yeah, they make 'em so sweet, that you gotta love 'em from the head to the feet. And when they cry and scream, night you care. Ooh. 'Cause life is like a big old candle that just gets red hot, and it's hard to handle when people are born and can't be reborn every day. Ooh. So if you ever get the chance to hold my baby in your let her know that CJ loves her a lot, 'cause I do. And if you ever get the chance to hold a baby in your hands, I'll give 'em all the love that you got to give. Came into the world, we should sing about how great the world could be, with tiny fingers plucking on the notes of our heartstrings. So if you ever get the chance to hold a baby in your hands, let her know that CJ loves her. To hold my baby in your hands, well, let her know the world loves her a lot, 'cause we do. Anyone ever gets in her way, Mom and Dad got something to say. Yeah, if anyone ever gets in her way, I hope we all got something to say.
All right. Great tune. That is one of my favorites. I think I speak for everyone when I say that is one of our absolute favorites of yours, man.
I love doing it. I love that song. Oh my God, man. What a song. I get it, man. I'm down. I'm right there.
Yeah. Let me ask you. Totally let me ask you a little bit about
love it.
Well, I've touched on influences outside of here, but within the circle here, within the Cosmos Creative TV / Kimono My House family, who inspires you the most within our circle?
Right now, because it moves, you understand.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
Understand. I mean, so like seeing Sylvia blossoming is pretty freaking amazing.
Oh yes.
I mean, she's already so intelligent. You can tell, man, the woman is sharp. and
Yeah, she
like
is.
clean of mind, and like
Yeah.
can just like anything that she would put her mind to would in some way be brilliant no matter what.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's got
Kim Ware
determination
too.
for days.
I know Kim Ware. I really admire Kim Ware because she really understands a lot of what she's doing and writing these songs, man. She really has some
Oh
neat
yeah.
structures. Very deep writer, lots of connections.
Yes.
Renee, I love Renee's, man. Mostly her just like a vibe.
Yeah.
Her energy is
Oh yeah.
so out there, man, and she's just such a sweet person on there. And
Oh
she gives a
God,
shit
yes.
about all these people that she doesn't even know.
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful thing. The whole family, Tom Cheshire and Lars Nagel,
God,
and
yes.
Lord, and it keeps going, man. And
Yeah.
Diane Marie. That's what I was saying earlier, man.
Oh
We really
man.
got this thing happening with this digital universe, man. I totally dig. I think we're
Yeah.
just
It
so
was.
fortunate, man.
I like. I know that I'm surrounded by a lot of great people, and I'm blessed with that. But I don't know if it really hit me, honestly, until the KMH bash when we were
Right.
all there in Wallers, and it was me, you, Diane. I think Wendy Vincent Watson was there with us all, and we were sitting up in the church pews
Beautiful.
there in the side of Wallers and just hearing, oh my God, and just hearing Kim on the stage singing her songs and absolutely slaying it. It was, I felt my soul leave my body sitting there. It was just, it was, it was nirvana. It was
Right.
musical nirvana.
It was, man. I
It,
learned that, like what I was saying, what are your influences? My influences every second that I'm
yes.
exposed to all of you.
Hell yes.
Man, you are MM, even typing in a comment influences me.
Yeah.
Clayton helping, and you and all of us, man, and
Mm,
Tom, all
mm.
of us, man. It's just a beautiful place to be, man. I'm
It
really, really
is.
fortunate to have
I'm
you guys.
just so happy. Like I said earlier, I'm just so happy
Annie
to
Paisley,
have
what a
this
cool
space.
name. I just saw these comments, man.
Annie
Fosta
Paisley, yes.
Nalubego. Man, that is a cool name, man. How do you
She
pronounce
I
that?
know that she at one time
Wow.
was a North Carolinian alongside of us. She
Fausta
she was a North
Nalubega. Man, that's a cool
Fausta.
name, man. You see
She
how cool that name is?
yeah.
She,
Fausta is one of the ones that is involved
Clayton
with
Fausta.
Mercy for Life.
Thank
Mercy
you,
for
MM.
Life is something that Renee is very passionate about, helping children in Africa. And we'll definitely be doing another festival or fundraiser or something for Mercy for Life in the coming months. MM is still here. I believe Rory is still here. We've got a fair bit of people watching, and I'm happy about that. I hope that y'all were entertained by this. I know CJ, he'll just, when you hear CJ play, you better duct tape your socks to your ankles
Hey,
because
I got something that has to be. Now, you got to clear this up. What happened, man? Someone got cancer. Can you explain this to me? What happened?
um,
I know we're raising money for somebody.
yes,
Is that
we are
right?
raising money for one of Rory's friends. He just had a operation, I think, to remove cancer, and his medical bill came out to over 100 grand.
Oh, my Lord. That's
Yeah,
horrible.
so we're helping any way we can here, and there is a link in the description to his PayPal if any of you feel inclined to donate.
Send him some money, man. Jeez.
Yeah, it's
Congrats.
that's another reason why that's why I like doing these fundraisers and festivals like so. It's just
You're
it's
really making a
all of
difference,
us
man.
coming together for a common good. I believe in that. I really do believe in all of us coming together for something good. So we're starting to slip up towards the end of this, and I know you have at least one more song in the canon, and I can hear already you're warming up the synthetic ivories. Why don't you cut loose with a little something on the feel inclined?
All right, let's see here. Here you go. stuck in all our heads. Born not to just get along. Hearts in my head. I know a dude who is super cool. Knows how to work every little thing. Oh, dude. I'll tell you what, Jon Phipps has a deep encyclopedia brain. That's right. You say, hey, oh, come on, Phipps. Would you pick up some poetry for me? Then put it down. All right now, Phipps. Could you throw a little poetry around? Doing that. It's in our heads. That's right. What's going on, man?
Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah, right. I mean, life is short.
That was awesome. That was awesome. It's what that was.
Something sweet. I love you guys.
Thank
Tom,
CJ,
what's up,
we love you too, man. Yeah, oh yes, Tom is here. Tom absolutely slayed it on his own set of synthetic ivories earlier.
Badass, doing it out on the sidewalk, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on the sidewalk in the middle of Little Rock, Arkansas.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anybody throw any money? Man. They'll throw money at you here. I got them trained pretty good in Salisbury. They throw money at you all the time.
Oh God! If that's the case, they wouldn't be throwing money. They'd just be backing a Brinks truck up to Tom.
Please, I can give you the address. I can give you the address. I think I can get you the address if you got the Brinks truck. Okay.
Oh my gosh!
I will hook you up, bro.
So,
they won't be here.
CJ, with the time we have left here before we hit the top of the hour, tell the folks a little bit about upcoming projects, shows that you're going to be playing, etc.
All right, man, I got a bunch of shows coming. I do about 70 a year right now. Every Wednesday night I have this show I put on called the Sweet Meadow Serenade. This week, Wednesday, all original. It's me and Bonnie and Alan and Chuck Hoffman on stage at the Sweet Meadow Serenade here at Sweet Meadow Restaurant out back on the art deck. It's a beautiful place to have a wonderful dinner. And the music is just delicious, just like the food. That's the trick. It's all local and it's all awesome. And this week is Bonnie and Chuck. And then I got the farmer's market every week, and I have a new guest every week. This week it's Chelsea Ray Childers. She is a killer. I mean, she played my serenade, and we've jammed together for 10 years, I think, or 8 years or something. Wow. She's really something, man. Powerful singer, great human. You know what I mean? And then, man, I got all these songwriting things come up. 6/9, I'm playing at Catawba Coffee Shop over in Mount Holly. And then that's a songwriter round. I really like these songwriter rounds. They're deep, man. You learn a lot. You learn a lot from the people you play with. When you're what I call danger close on stage, man, it's like, you are as close to that music as a human could possibly be. And the stuff that these people put out is powerful, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Powerful, man. And I get to catch it. And that's just the most delicious stuff. And then 8/9, I got another one at Wired Coffee Express, which is a great sound stage, by the way. It's a great place for sound, man. He knows what he's doing when he records. Just gorgeous, man. And then 6/4, I got another gig at Homebrew, And then, man, there's a bunch of Earth Day Jam next week. I'm running the Sunshine Stage for 11 hours, man. Gosh. It's going to start out all kids stuff from the kids album and stuff, you know, and a bunch of kids are going to come up and play and sing. And then us adults take over at night, and we're going to bring it home. And then there's another stage where Big Break's playing. It's going to be just nothing but awesome, man. It's going to be nothing but awesome.
So, CJ, thank you very much for coming on the show. Jaime Bennett, the normal host of this. Jaime, when you see the replay, I hope that we made you proud here. And thank you, Jaime, for calling on me to pinch hit for you while you're having a great time down there in Savannah. And to all of you who came out and commented and showed love and support, thanks to all of you. Without you, the fans, we are nothing. So, CJ, again, thank you. And to everyone out there, have a great rest of your night, wherever you might be in this wide world of ours. Take care. Much love. God bless. All the best.